Our topic this evening is healing through visualization. A wonderful topic and a very important one. You know, if you were like me, perhaps visualization didn't come easily. I would be guided in a visualization in a group meditation and constantly get distracted. And then I realized, just like devotion may not come easily to many people, yet both devotion and visualization are like a muscle. They're a skill that we can and should develop as healers. And we're familiar with the power of affirmation, and visualization is very similar. With affirmation, we use our willpower to affirm a positive thought and keep that constantly in our minds. And affirmation works with thought, and visualization works with a mental image. And they also go very well together. When we are doing a regular affirmation, add this visual image to it as well, and it becomes much more powerful. And in healing, we, for ourselves or others, we want to engage all the senses, which is why I suggest affirmation and a visualization along with it. That through neglect or through insensitivity, through a negative self-image, we may have fallen into error, and that error attracts illness. But we can reverse that in exactly the opposite direction. If we use willpower, we consciously direct our thought, our imagination, our vision, our feeling, all of the senses together with power and concentration. Then if we have that desire for a positive outcome through all of this concentrated effort, that outcome comes to us, and by visualizing the end result, it can come to us that much more powerfully and quicker. Swami Kriyananda said that a well-developed imagination is the spring from which flows the creativity of genius. And imagination is the power of visualization. The subconscious mind holds all of our self-images. And if we can see ourselves as strong or weak, as young or old, as healthy or ill, and just as in a verbal affirmation, if we hold a positive self-image, then we attract that reality. We attract dynamic well-being as a result. Top athletes, for instance, visualize every detail, let's say of a perfect race, and then they can manifest that and reenact that, their visualization, and bring it to life in real time. And the more we visualize ourselves as healthy, as happy, as strong, then the more that becomes our reality. And even if the body is ill, our self-image is one of health and strength, and that is the stronger reality. And this is in self-healing, but the same, of course, can be applied in healing of others. The stronger we hold this image in our mind of that person being strong, being happy, being healthy. Then feel that person surrounded by God's light, by God's joy. That little by little becomes their reality. And if you're with the person and they're open to it, guide them in a visualization together. And that can be a reminder to them of that positive self-image, to try to keep that ever in front of their minds, of their consciousness. And as healers, we need to develop and strengthen our skill in visualization. We do that through practice, through practicing visualization, through reading, listening, following guided visualizations. There are wonderful such visualizations written in Metaphysical Meditations by Guruji, in Awaken to Superconsciousness by Swami Kriyananda, Healing with Life Force by Nayaswami Shivani. There's also some lovely visualizations in Om, the Melody of Love by Nayaswami Bharat. And many other resources also online of recorded visualization. So I encourage you to follow them, to practice on your own, and bring them more and more into your healing practice, into your practice of healing others, visualizing their good health, and also the practice of affirmation. Now I'll let Daya share a few more thoughts on this topic.
I think I'm also going to speak a little bit about visualization in terms of our own spiritual practice, because Master in his metaphysical meditations and Whispers from Eternity, and Swamiji, who's given us so many visualizations also, it's more an expansion into a divine reality that exists within us and all around us. And one of Patanjali's definitions of meditation is smriti. And if we can use visualizations to help us tune into the divine realities that are within us and all around us, it helps us remember we are a true, perfect chela of God, of our Guru. And as that perfect soul, if there is anything that appears imperfect, it is part of the Maya of this world. And so, as we know from all our meditation classes, we go through a phase of relaxation, concentration, and then expansion in our meditation. And it's that expansion phase that is the true part of our meditation. Our techniques are sort of a way of getting there, and then our expansion is a way of being there in that divine reality that's all around us. And whether we're using an image of a deity or of our guru or of Divine Mother, we know that God, that the infinite, manifest, formless, is beyond any image that we can imagine with our thoughts or with even our imagery. But God is also in our thoughts and in our imagery. And so we can just know whether we are just visualizing an ocean and we are the wave merging into the infinite sea, or whether we're visualizing the Himalayan peak, or whether we're visualizing Divine Mother gazing at us, loving us. Still, when we look into her eyes, we see that infinite, formless love that's beyond the Divine Mother. And even in our meditations, if we have visualizations of Krishna or our guru or Shiva, whoever's coming to us, we must realize that God is beyond our imagination and beyond what we are seeing in our visualizations. However, what we're using our imagination in a positive way is to just remind ourselves that we are so much beyond these bodies. Nayaswami Bharat uses an example of compressed air, like 1,000,000 feet of compressed air, compressed into an air tank, an oxygen tank, for example. And if you break that tank or open that tank, that oxygen expands to fill all space around you. And what Master says is that cosmic consciousness has been compressed by ego consciousness, this belief that we're these bodies, that we are vulnerable, that we have the possibility of the physical reality being who we are, that this belief compresses us. And we can expand beyond that belief through our meditation and through our use of expansion. And of course, Master brought us the 8 aspects of God. Relaxation, concentration, expand. Expand into what? One of these 8 aspects of God. And of course, Swami gives us some beautiful examples also, like calmness, just to visualize infinite space above us, below us, and all around us, and that we're a little point of space, a little point of consciousness meditating in space. Or peace, which we use in our meditation classes also, just that there's a vast body of water, a vast lake in front of us, and the ripples on the surface of the lake are becoming very calm, so that it can reflect the perfect light of the moon, which can be, with our very still, calm mind, peaceful mind, it can reflect the light of spirit. And then, of course, in our visualizations, it's just like we can get concentrated at the spiritual eye and use our concentration and willpower to open that doorway at the spiritual eye and move beyond, and with our imagination and projecting onto a reality that already is, move into a realm of infinite light. Infinite light is all around us, in the energy, in the cells, in the air, all around us is divine light. So we expand into that light and expand like a sphere in all directions into infinity. So if our identity is ever expanding light, it no longer is identified with this little body, maybe with its different issues, but even just a healthy body, contracted like that air tank, everything compressed. Let's expand. So through our meditation, find what works for us. Is it an expansion into light, into peace, into calmness? Is it listening to Om, starting with the inner sounds, and then tuning in to how those inner sounds expand into the Om vibration that is in the room, into the infinite. But we are Om. Everything is Om. The cosmos is manifested from Om. And so these are all the different ways that we can, of course, expand our awareness. And the more we identify with that infinite quality of the divine, the less we identify with these little ego selves. And of course, the more we remember who we are and identify with who we truly are, then in some ways, what's happening with the body becomes much less important. I know I'm God's child. Whatever karma is coming to me, I have attracted for my growth. And if God is giving this to me, I receive it as a gift. I accept it with gratitude. If it is His will that I be healed, or that this pain goes away, or that this situation be healed, then it's His will. Or if it's that I hold on to it so I can continue to grow, and with perseverance and faith, know that it is here for my healing and know that it's here for my growth, then Jai Guru, it is here for me as a special gift from grace from my Guru. So these are different different things we can do. I know you all already know all this already, so we're just sort of repeating what you already know. It's our teachings. We use them every day. But if you're not consciously using expansive visualizations in your meditation, I urge you to do so and find some form of God or visualization that you hold dear and stick with it for some time and go deeper and deeper and deeper into it until you really can identify with that infinite spirit that you truly are, and that is your abiding reality. And thank you for your attention and your friendship and your divine love. We are so grateful to spend this time with you.